Day 3. Sunday.
What happened in that Somnium?
I think we just witnessed how a younger version of me killed a girl. I killed a girl that, or rather we killed a girl. What the hell was that? And sorry for that evil cut in the last part, everyone, but the part was getting too long. So let's see what's going to happen from here.
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Me. It was me. That would also explain why it was impossible for the new killer to be the same killer as before. Oh my god, boss! Why didn't you say anything about this?
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
Because it was me, right?
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face.
It was me, and during that picture I still had my left eye.
The original Cyclops killer
Or
was...
was it my right eye? I'm not sure. It's a reflection, right?
It can't be. That's
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
But why was I killing the other girls and steal their right eyes, huh?
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
I don't know. You're sometimes a little bit weird, boss.
You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
Are you really so sure about it? What about the original Cyclops killer then? Who was it? Why aren't you telling me
The
anything?
Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago.
And what about my dosage?
I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
Also, it seems like I know Tessa
There isn't.
from a
It's a
while
coincidence.
ago. Since I had some cliffhangers, and it seems like I also have a connection with the Yakuza gang, and there's something going on here.
Really?
Really.
You're lying.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12?
Could be.
And not just one, but all 4?
Well, we know her from the past, right? Maybe we are connected to her, and that's why she witnessed it. That would also explain why she never tried to talk to us about the past. Peter! About the original and the new incident.
I
Any
don't believe
clues?
there's any meaningful connection
There has to be.
between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
The red figure from Sync.
In the Somnium earlier,
Was that her?
I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
About the original?
remember what the boss said this morning.
Yeah?
The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice.
Yeah?
After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
Why? Why is that the case?
The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories.
Why would they want to do that?
That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
So, why did it appear in Iris Somnium?
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C.
So...
This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
And what if she also partaked in them? Are all memories real?
Pewter, you said that memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
Okay.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
Sure. Summarize it for me. I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Because now, Rhei started to doubt Dante. Great! Great, Iris! You started to make me doubt about myself. Perfect. Pewter shook me from my thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Good.
Got it.
Time to talk to her. I need to know about that. Iris. God damn it, Iris.
Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date.
She doesn't have any
The
memories.
subject of a sync does not experience Somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news, but I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You lying girl.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I've never been there.
You were there.
Uh,
You saw it clearly with your own 2 eyes.
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
Maybe she's repressing them.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
She's repressing them.
Date, could you take Iris home?
Sure.
huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
Ah, come
You
on.
cannot decline, Date.
But as long as we hold her, she's safe. I don't want to let her go unless we find a culprit and put him behind bars. Oh god. Iris, can we have a talk to talk? Heart to heart, or how to call it? Iris?
Date, could we make a stop first?
Where?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
Why do you know about Marble?
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why would he? Okay.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
You don't want to waste gas. Okay, I got it.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse.
Right.
Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her too. Alright, sure.
Can we drive right away or can we? Oh, no, not the handy, not the handy. Is she sending the nice message to someone like OTAAA? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. We're not even going to talk about it? About what I saw? About what I did? About how you put my face onto that murderer? Okay, fine. I'm going to live with it. I'm going to live with it as it is. Mom, are you here? When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. Why? Where did she go, OTAAA? To my surprise, I saw OTAAA sitting at the counter.
Tessa!
Hi!
Ota!
Hi, OTAAA. I see you aren't really that particularly happy to see me. Hi, Iris. You called him here?
No, I didn't tell him to come. He just
Why?
showed up on his own.
And why did he know that we were here? You were lying to me, right? Iris is standing next to me. OTAAA, what's going on? Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one.
Ah,
You're
cool.
thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
Look at him. It looks like he's bothered by something, because I am next to his goddess. Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance.
And she left you alone in her bar?
She told me to watch the place until she got back.
Ah, okay.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
Huh. Seems like you're very trustworthy. I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama's always depends on the kindness of strangers. Ever since she opened Marble. I never thought I'd run into you here in a bar.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so I got here just before you did.
Uh-huh.
Look, I was really worried about her.
You don't have to.
She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, OTAAA. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris.
You're
You
not going
said
to
you
say
wouldn't
anything.
tell anyone about that thing.
Wait, let me see that. They're accusing me a lot of stuff. They are gonna think I did it. It's okay, Tessa. Stay calm. I'm here for you. Okay, I won't tell anyone about that thing. Not even if they torture me. Don't worry, I promise to protect you. What was the thing? You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing,
That
right?
you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
You're not going to tell, right?
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
Oh my god, blackmail.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay?
Fuck that.
But before I tell you, who's that?
Huh?
What?
Who's who?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
What? Who? Who's standing? OTAAA! What? Tessa? My eyeball! You destroyed my eyeball! What the hell? Okay, now I'm suspicious about those two. Yeah. They are the culprits. Never mind them. I'm going to kick their butt the second I get to myself. I'm probably trapped. Oh, they ran off to somewhere. Oh my god, you two are so evil. Why did I fall to that? Why? Date! When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memories was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck because OTAAA just had to shock me. Oh boy, once I get to you. Mama! Ota! Great! I stood up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was actually just Mama.
It looks like you're awake now.
Yeah. Thanks that you let me rest a bit. As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remember everything. That OTAAA guy! I need to go back! I need to grab him! I need to torture him to death! Where is he?
OTAAA? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
Yes.
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back.
Of course you were.
All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
This boy.
Damn it, OTAAA. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
You do know that the situation is getting worse if you run from me.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
What time is it? How long did I sleep?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Huh. Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
Oh, come on.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
No. I was
Didn't have
not.
a single drop.
I was shocked.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle.
What?
Just
I mean-
like the old days.
Okay, I guess I did that. I used to do that, but not during an investigation. And with Iba around. And me around. Ah! Hey, boss.
Date, the boss is calling.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Hey, boss. You know, Tessa, that I was supposed to bring home? Well, I had a little sidetrack to a bar where I meet a boyfriend and he shocked me and now both are missing. Say something like that.
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency.
What?
Just now, the killer...
What?
Oh, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iba.
What? Tessa?
Iris!
What the hell, OTAAA? Are you the killer? Did you kidnap her just to do that? What a scumbag!
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
OTAAA, where the hell are you?
Identified.
Oh my god,
You're officially
once I get to
cold
that
storage
guy,
warehouse.
I'm going to kill him!
Okiura?
Date,
Oh!
we need to get to the site.
Yeah! Get to the freaking car!
What's our ETA?
I have no idea
Our
what ETA
destination
is.
far from here.
Yeah?
20 minutes is the fastest.
Please,
Yeah,
please let me make it in
please.
time.
Be a little bit quicker than that! Oh, Tessa! Tessa!
That sick bastard!
He's in the... What? What is this? I cannot reach in time! I need 20 minutes! And he already turned it on! No, you gotta be kidding me. Are you actually going for the slow kill?
Tessa!
OTAAA?
I'll save you!
OTAAA!
OTAAA!
Wait, aren't you the killer? Hey, you saved her! Great! But the polar bear.
Stay away from Tessa! Ah!
OTAAA? Oh, he's going to give me time. Okay, OTAAA isn't the bad guy, but still, OTAAA, if you just stick with me, that wouldn't have happened. I couldn't feel the sweat on my palm, the engine raising a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself hadn't disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Oh no! Please, let me make it to the time! Ota! Hold out a little bit longer! Oh no! What happened? Ota?
No, it can't be.
Did he lose?
No.
Tessa!
Stop!
Uh-oh. No, 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 don't do it, don't do it!
No!
Don't! Oh, my girl! What? Why? Where's Ota? What happened to him? We're too late. We're too late.
No!
Oh no! Freaking Ota! If you just stick with me and babble, marble, I don't care the place at the bar. If you had just stick with me, I could have prevented this. But that stupid idiot just had to drag Iris somewhere else. I'm so angry at him. I mean, he did try to save her. But because of him, we are in this... What? That's new. That wasn't in the video. That, now I'm confused. What's going on? Ota?
Ota.
Wait, is Ota the killer? But Ota tried to save her. What the hell is going on here? What's happened with Tessa? What?
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you.
What the hell happened? I didn't see the crime scene. I cannot pick it together.
It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you?
Yeah, but most of the time I blame Ota for this.
Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble.
That wasn't the problem. The problem was Ota.
And about letting Ota get the upper hand on you.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes.
Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks?
What?
Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
But he tried to save her, right?
Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
I don't think that's the case. Then again, I didn't see both of them at the same time. We saw the panda bear, I mean the polar bear, and then we saw Ota stopping it. And then after a while we saw the polar bear again. We didn't see the fighting scene between them. And the polar bear was Ota. What is going on?
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit.
But then again, Iris had something to do with the first Cyclops killer. And Ota is something like a stalker, so he probably figured that out as well. Which Which means if there's a connection between Iris and the first killer, Ota being the second version of the killer might actually fit the part. And we already saw what he did on Twitter when he was playing 3 people fighting against Iris, and he was the one protecting her. Maybe he has a multiple persona disorder or something.
Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
I don't know. Am I interrogated right now? Yeah, I'm recorded. Doesn't feel good to have the lens staring at me. Am I recorded right now? Yeah, it looks like I'm the one on the... Okay, let's do this then. The boss is sitting in front of me. Ota's behavior during the video. It was sketchy, now that I think about it.
Stay away from Tessa!
He could have
Ota
pretended.
showed himself on the stream.
How could he... Could he really be the murderer? Then again, I don't think he's strong enough to save himself after somebody kidnapped Tessa. Could he really be the murderer?
If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person.
Are you so sure about that? We didn't see them together at the screen.
That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice-cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
Is it really that impossible? What about that bear costume anyway?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity.
Right.
But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
Of course, there is one purpose. Maybe he had second doubts and that's why he killed himself afterwards. Multiple personality disorder or something. Ota had no incentive to kill Renju. Well, Ota was kinda angry when Iris pretended to be my lover. So,
Maybe he was
say
thinking
that.
like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it,
Oh.
making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Well, who knows? Maybe he was using Mitsuki in order to get to Iris.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
Oh god, it's going to get together!
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years.
Still, there are ways to figure that out.
Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
But if he gets Mitsuki and Renju are very connected.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Well, he could stab himself.
Are you sure?
I am.
He could stab himself. I told the boss what Aiba found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself.
See?
Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
Yeah, probably thought that it would be too cruel for him to die out of blood loss
Then
and all.
shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
That's a possibility.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Hey, nothing is impossible.
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Hey, wait. That's the same thing I thought about Iris with Renju.
Really?
Yes, really.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice-cutting machine. And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
That's the question.
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
And that's why he still has his eye?
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris.
They all had a connection to me.
What connects these 3?
Me! I just said it. They all know me.
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
They were all connected to me.
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Or to Mitsuki.
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
Oh god. Renju and Shoko's daughter, Mitsuki.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims.
And myself.
Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
Of course she wasn't a suspect. Who could be connected? Mayumi thought about that witch.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president...
But I don't think
Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
True. And I don't think Hitomi would kill Moma? You think
Renju
Moma
and
was
Shoko
it?
were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
Ah, god damn it. And so?
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras, but again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Oh. Yes, it's me. It has to be
I
me.
know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them.
But maybe there's someone else around you.
No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
I already start doubting you, Date. I already started doubting you, and you had a blackout. Even though Mama said that you were sleeping, I don't know about that.
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is 0 possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
Thanks, Aiba. But I don't want that Hitomi is the killer.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice.
But what about... Oh wait, she's Iris'
But
mother.
I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way.
Of course not.
No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
So who is it?
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
Nothing.
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do.
And it is?
Continue your investigation.
Great! Without any leads?
Do whatever it takes to get the culprit.
Without any leads?
To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Oh god. Oh, I don't have any leads. Whatsoever. I don't have any leads. Okay. You know what? We're going to go back to the crime scene and see what I can find over there. I still have 10 minutes time. That should be enough to check at least one area, right? Unless, of course, something crazy is going on over here. Oh my god! Kagami, are you back? I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't risen much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Kagami? Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
You sound like Kagami! Are you Kagami? You could be. Any progress?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Why are you guys not helping at all? Not even once. Shelves. Nothing. There was the camera.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Do we really need to see the scene again?
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
Great.
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Great. Perfect.
This
And
forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
And the weapon? Iris and Ota were sliced in two by this ice-cutting machine. Iris and Ota.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed.
Yeah, I saw it
The
clearly.
video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Yeah.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris!
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
I wonder what he is doing with those eyeballs. And where did he put them? Anything else? No. Nothing special.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Oh, there's something in the
Is
shelf.
this warehouse not in use?
What is it? There's nothing. The box? There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. And the wood box? Empty. There are some letters, but there's nothing around. This is a bloodstain. Is this Ota's blood? And more evidence markers. Great. Iris and Ota's blood. Oh, god damn it! Isn't there anything I can do? A hook is hanging from the ceiling. Here's nothing. And you guys aren't helping me. So I guess this was a dead end. There's nothing I can do over here. Actually, you know what? I can do something. I can show you guys the time shot. Since I didn't look it up just yet. This was the splitting point. This was the cycling into Iris. And we went the up path. But there was also something else that we didn't do just yet. That lead me to the shock. And I should probably not check those icons at all, because they sometimes spoil us something. Like this picture here. This looks like a spoiler. Anyways, as you can see, there are a lot of choices. I mean, here's a split of direction, over there's a split of direction, and we're going to check them all, one at a time. So, okay, from what I can see, there's nothing else I can do over here, but I can also not leave the scene. Which means I'm going to click on everything until I see anything that's, that leads me forward.
I have done some research.
There we go.
As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
Okay.
The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
So that means... what
Date,
exactly?
we should get moving.
Oh, I'm done
Officers
here.
from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's do that. I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything, okay? I let them know when they left the warehouse. Okay. Okay, we still don't have any leads. Right. The question is, where are we going next? When I left the warehouse, I saw Peter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me when I was trying to work it out, and...
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
It was me, right?
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little...
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So, I decided to meet you here.
Alright. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Yes, and that is why?
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
And why is that?
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say, killers.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice.
Iris!
One of them was born a murderous psychopath.
Probably me!
The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Oh, never mind then. I thought it was Iris. But didn't I have a connection with Roman?
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Why? Peter? Should we really talk about this here next to the policeman? Are you so sure about that? Policeman. Police officers. Baron. Another police officers. And the ocean. I'm not so sure if this is the right direction. I'm just checking the area if there's something special around. But I don't think this is the best spot to have such a type of conversation, you know? Peter. Peter looks grimly seriously. Why did the Cyclops case get classified?
That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Okay, and about Rohan?
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out.
Why?
The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye.
But why
Then on,
only the right
He
one?
acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. the Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established.
Let me guess. Rohan took care of the corpses and protected his partner.
This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Okay, and who is that murderer?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
And now please, for German or English people.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress.
Okay.
It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
Killing?
What was it?
Murder.
God.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Okay. But what does it mean?
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police.
So he did get caught.
They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
Well?
In prison, he doesn't have a name.
Don't tell me. 86.
He is simply called Number 89.
89, I mean.
Number 89.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
Wait, that means I wasn't the killer? Yay, Dante! You're not a criminal to me anymore!
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
But why didn't you tell me anything earlier? What is the connection?
Because one is dead and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
There has to be something more. There's something you didn't tell me just yet. Anyways, it's time to go. I don't know actually. I'm going to figure that out later. I hope you guys had fun in this part. We have some really good enlightenments and I still have no clue where this all is going to head. I'm so confused. For a second I thought Date was the one that killed everyone in the first case. Thanks to Iris. But then again, maybe there's more behind it than we see right now. Oh well. See you in the next part. Bye!